Hello everyone, how's it going? AJ Sanchez here with another video of this. In this video, it's about temptations when you're diabetic, when you're a diabetic. Yes, most of us get temptations. I've been diabetic for quite a while, and now I've had a few temptations like we all do all the time. And some of them are like, man, if you give in to them, you know your sugar levels are gonna skyrocket. So therefore, I'm giving you some recommendations for when you get those temptations, and some little alternatives, not alternatives and all that. If you all will excuse me, I'm gonna use my magnifying glass because I cannot see that good right now. Let's see. Well, there's something that I needed to see, but I can't see right now. Anyway, disclaimer: I am not a doctor. I am not a nutritionist. I'm not a nutrition expert or anything like that. This is just something that I have that has worked for me, and I like to share my a little bit of my knowledge with you. Like I said, as a disclaimer, I'm not a doctor or a nutrition expert. Talk to your doctor about it, or try it out and see what happens with you. Like I said, I am not an expert on this issue. This is just something that has worked for me. Now, here's the first thing that I can tell you. Get yourself one of these concoctions that I made myself. It's really, really good. Made me wonder how I ever lived with it. It is just instant coffee with a Truvia sweetener, and some cinnamon. Add a few ice cubes on it, and then grind it and mix it up in the NutriBullet, and it'll have a consistency like that. It'll be like a latte with cinnamon flavored latte. Cinnamon has a lot of benefits to it, and one of them, it can help you keep your sugar under control. Try it out and see how good it tastes for you. Now, what happens with me is the coffee doesn't agree quite, my stomach doesn't agree quite well with coffee, so it gives me some stomach aches or some kind of like a heartburn type of thing. Not heartburn, but something like acid reflux or something like that. But it's really, really good, so you can try it and see for yourself. Now, about the other temptations that come around, one of the ones that I was struggling with, there were some sweetbreads. Yes, like those pastries and stuff, like cupcakes and all that. Walmart sells some really, really good donuts that I just cannot resist. Yeah, they're simple donuts. They probably have like a sugar on them or something like it. Of course, it has sugar on them, but I'm not sure if they're glazed or sugar donuts. I can't remember that much. But those are very tempting for me. In just one sitting, I can eat 6 donuts. Imagine that. 6 of them. One after another. So what do I do in order to avoid that temptation? I don't buy it. Don't buy it. Don't bring it home. Out of sight, out of mind. And that's what we gotta do in order to keep our sugar under control. Not just donuts. If you know you struggle with certain things, do not buy them. Think about the long-term effect of having a high blood sugar. You know all the complications that can happen. You know that you can have an amputation, organ failure, like kidneys, liver, and many more. Eyesight changes. This one, I'm legally blind now, but it's not because of diabetes. It's because I've had eyesight problems all my life, and it's finally catching up to them. I'm 42 years old now, and that's why I'm having all of this ordeal going on. I have a detached retina, which I'll be going into surgery on Monday, and the doctors are going to try to reattach it again and take it from there. But like I said, think about all of what can happen if you don't take care of yourself. No one else is going to do it for you. No one, just you. It's entirely up to you to take care of yourself when it comes to that diabetes. So that excuse me. Soda gives you temptation, don't buy it. Simple as that. Pastries give you temptation. Don't buy them. It's as good as that. And yes, you can have a soda, you can have your pastry, but in moderation. I've seen people that are eating pastries time and time again, every day, every day, every day. No, I'm not lying to you, and God is my witness. I met a guy, this was before I was a diabetic, before I found out I was a diabetic, that he would used to eat 3 pints of ice cream every day. Not one, not two, but three. 3 pints of ice cream every day. Every day. I was like, whoa. Even before I found out I was a diabetic, I was like, that cannot be good for you. And I was only 14 years old. Of course, all of that sugar cannot be good for you. 3 pints of ice cream a day, that's a lot of ice cream. You can have a pint of ice cream a week or so. I wouldn't think that anybody eats that much ice cream all the time, but apparently this guy did. Can you imagine what his sugar level was if he's still alive around right now? There's still a former coworker of mine that we used to do security. He didn't stop drinking. He didn't stop drinking, and eventually it caught up with him. He knew he was diabetic, but now his eyesight is worse than mine. He can barely see, and he goes to dialysis 3 times a week. Why? Because he didn't stop drinking. And yes, I do drink ever so often, but not as much as I used to. I used to drink an awful lot all weekend long. And now all I drink is a 6-pack and an additional beer, which is like a 7 pretty much. 6-pack of a 16-ounce beers and an additional one that's a 25-ouncer. That's like once or twice a month. That's all I drink nowadays. This is real good. That's all I drink nowadays, so it's keeping it under control. My sugar levels are under control. 117 this morning, believe it or not. I did it. Now, the one thing that's keeping me frustrated all of this, and I'm trying to get a elliptical machine to it, I cannot go outside and exercise anymore because of that glare. As soon as I get out, the sun and all that glare is just way too much for me to handle. So that therefore I cannot go and exercise. But there's still there's a video about it of exercise that you can do while you're sitting down. I think it's still airing on the PBS channel. I'm not sure if it's still airing or not, but check it out. One that says sit and be fit. Check it out. There's a lot of exercise that you can do while you're sitting down. So just keep that in mind. Just remember, you got to get your heart rate up in order to get some things going on. Like I said, you can have a little bit of everything in moderation. Do not drink sodas every day, every day, every day, because it's not going to be good for you. You know it and I know it, but don't continue to do it. Don't be so stubborn and continue to do it. Don't do it. Like I said, pastries give you temptation, don't buy them. If you have a weakness for chips and pork products, that it may cause you to spike your sugar, although I don't know that it does, but everybody is different. If you have a weakness for all that stuff, don't buy it. Have it in moderation. Don't go out to Burger King or Whataburger, McDonald's or whatever and eat lunch every day out of that. No, it's going to be bad for you. It's going to be terrible. And you got no one to blame but you. Don't eat junk food. If chocolate bar are your temptations, guess what? Avoid them. It can be done. Sometimes in order to keep this disease under control, you have to go to extremes. And what would you rather do? Go to extremes now or depend on expensive medication that have terrible side effects all your life? What's it gonna be? Just have a little bit of sacrifice. Yes, dieting it's cost a lot of effort to do it. But like I said, just think of the long term. Even with all those medications, guess what? You can still have an amputation. You can still have an organ failure. Don't rely on medications for that. Don't do it. Don't do it. just go to extremes. Sometimes you have to replace water for sodas. And yes, like I said, you can have your soda every so often, but not every day. Don't do it every day, every day, every day. Come on, try it. All those cereals that you've been eating, replace them with oatmeal without sugar, that is. Natural oatmeal. I hope that everyone has a great day. Leave your comment below, so like and subscribe. If you like this video, subscribe to it. AJ Sanchez once again. I hope everyone's a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Thank you.